Community Links is a community engagement company who involve themselves in the community regeneration process and give people participation in community events such as volunteering events and IT events. We cover Blantyre, Hamilton and the whole of South Lanarkshire. Last year was another successful year for the organisation and their participation in all the planning and the communications that we had with the local Changing Places boards and all the other people that we deal with, and we seem to be progressing towards next year as regards to a several level agreement with the local authority. The ICT project gives people the opportunity and families the opportunity who are digitally divided from the community to turn around and learn about ITC and then implement it into their daily lives, and then they get a programme that they have to deal with so that they can actually not just have it but they actually use it. Last year we had 13 volunteers taking part and they totalled over 1,000 working hours.
If you're looking for work, for example, you're not getting anywhere, you feel, you know, down about it, you can get into a downward spiral. Just giving something back and doing something and getting something back from that as well is priceless. You never know what it'll lead to, because you can lead to make contacts, you make new friends, and it opens up lots of new doors for you. If you said to me a couple of years ago I'd be on the verge of doing freelance graphic design, then I would have probably laughed and said no, it's something I would like to have done but not have the confidence to do perhaps, and I'm now doing it. And the help of Community Links has been a great support.
The Community Matters papers is one of the best tools that we have for us, a bit of PR for who we are and how we put out and present all the partners' information. It goes to all the households within our area and it's well received and it's well replied to, and it gives us an option of doing some surveys and some other work within the community. All community buildings that MD's familiar with, it could be the swimming pool, it could be the council offices, it could be the library or anything that MD participates in, you will always find a copy of Community Matters sitting in easy access. The volunteers give approximately 2,000 absolutely valuable hours towards the volunteer work within the community. Sometimes maybe they're not getting unseen in the amount of work and effort they put into it.
I've done a bit of what some other volunteers have done with the sort of consultation, doing the surveys and things like that, but I've also done a bit of mentoring as well. I think in here they call it peer mentoring, even though it was with a woman that was about double my age. It was housebound in her 70s. Sort of teaching her how to use the internet and utilise it more because of her becoming housebound, and I think also it was a bit of company for her sometimes as well. If you're looking at it within work or out in public, it's definitely building skill sets in terms of dealing with strangers and having the confidence to talk to anyone, essentially.
Well, we did 40 consultations speaking to over 1,500 people in very varied and varied subjects that are vital towards what we want to achieve with the social inclusion and the community regeneration programme.
You're not going to get the money if you can't prove that the project is a valid project and it works, so volunteers are very important when it comes to that, because they're the ones that are out there doing the basic footwork to some extent.
Face-to-face communication is the best way. The people see you on the street, we actually get view. Therefore, we get an honest answer and we seem to get better replies and better responses and better results.
Rather than seeing them as facts and figures, it's an individual, it's their opinion, and it does matter.
Working with the partners is one of the most successful things that I've enjoyed from it, because what happens is we out then see that everybody has a partnership part to play and the community get a big part of the partnership play. Working with the health board, the police, the education and Changing Places and local authority themselves, we are now working collectively as a team and managing to achieve more because of that rather than working as individuals.
Well, as Communities Minister, I'm very much in favour of community empowerment, and the more empowerment we have in local communities the better, and the better those communities are. So I'm very, very supportive of the work of Community Links, in particular the Voice project, which has been a tremendous success. We want to see it rolled out right across Scotland, because what it's doing is giving voice to local communities, and that's very important. You know, in these days when we're all talking about the global economy and worldwide this and worldwide that, sometimes we forget that every individual belongs to a local community, and that community functions as a solid a society in its own right. Now, it interacts with the rest of society and indeed interacts globally, but the starting point is the local community, and it's very important that communities come together and speak as a community and not just as a set of individuals.